CNN. A former conservative federal appeal judge calls Donald Trump keep it away from ballot and argues that former president's efforts to adhere power after 2020 election loss is wider than South Carolina's departure from United States that triggered civil war. Mr. Trump. Newly elected President Biden tried to prevent the management of anywhere in United States, South Carolina and separation. The newly elected President Lincoln only prevented the rule of this state. He said, Trump encouraged an armed uprising against clear and fundamental tasks of the Constitution, which required a peaceful transfer of Constitution to a newly elected president, and therefore included it. Luttig became one of the highest-profile conservatives who claimed that Trump was dealing with an uprising after 2020 and that he had started the task as a result. Trump has provided a series of tweets to assist at attempt overthrow elections. The U.S. Supreme Court agreed to review unprecedented decision Supreme Court Colorado at beginning this month. The rebellious ban, which holds office 14th change, covers its behavior on 6 January 2021. Justice in Washington is preparing to hear oral arguments in the case on February 8. The summary Monday, which is presented on behalf of other important lawyers, including conservative lawyer George Conway, calls Supreme Court to examine issue through a textual lens. In other words, they will focus on words controversial constitutional provision. Chapter 3. Since Civil War came out the sacred ground, this court should accept meaning of fair, not a narrow construction. Part 3, he said. Short leaves claim that Trump's 14th Amendment can only be applied by Congress after a candidate is elected as a candidate, and others argue that implementation of provision is in liquidation of courts. Trump's argument would have deprived the voters from the ability to make a really conscious decision, because they would not know if they could vote for someone who could not serve. He said. He continued, and courts would take risk of chaos. New bail president was also disqualified at same time. Whether country was undisputed and chief commander had to decide to a great extent as result.Etc.